I really just found it hard to narrow down and focus on one passion. A lot of the times we get told to niche into one bracket in one small area. How many times have you actually said to yourself that you're going to do something, but then you've not actually followed through with doing it? Why is that? So the reason why this one is so powerful is because how many videos have you watched that tell you to follow your passion? But then you're still left thinking, how do I actually find my passion? I definitely found this when I was watching videos and I was still feeling really stuck on the clarity around what I'm passionate about. Usually you'll find that they go something like this.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking like that, I want you instead to ask yourself, what could I do today that would energize me? What energizes me?
So I'm going to share with you my 4-step easy process so that you can find your passion by the end of this video and have so much more clarity on what direction you actually want to go in. And I have to say, step 4 is really my favorite. But I also want to make sure that you pause this video as we're doing the step. There's no point in you just listening to everything I'm saying and not actually doing the steps, or you can do it after you've watched the video. I really want you to get something from this, and I really want you to get that clarity that you're looking for. You will often find that there's certain types of people that will actually do the work and follow through with the things that they're learning. So I really want you to be able to apply these skills to your life so that you're getting something from it. So the first thing what we're going to do is we're just going to draw out a square on the blank piece of paper. Just a basic square. I am the worst drawer and I don't have good handwriting, so bear with me. So now I want you to write on the top line of the square, you're going to write, what do I enjoy doing? So we've got, what do I enjoy doing? So I would then just like pop the little boxes off of there and just write creating videos, self-improvement. So that could be like learning, reading, going to the gym, all of the things that I love doing and learning about. And then it could be something like making money, because don't we all love making money? So then we have like a general idea of the things that we enjoy doing. And that's all I really want you to do for now, is just get an idea of the things that you can think of that you really enjoy doing, that makes you feel good, kind of lights you up, you know, you feel joyful when you're doing it. I know that when I'm creating YouTube videos or editing YouTube videos, I really get into my element. I know I could focus on that for hours. I could literally sit there in my deep focus zone and just do it without getting bored. Think of the things that you don't get distracted doing because you're just so in flow and enjoying it. On the next line, on the side line on the right hand side, doesn't really matter what side, but we're going to go with the right hand side, we're going to write, what do other people say I'm good at? I absolutely love this one because sometimes we don't realize what we're good at because we're just so used to doing the same things over and over again, so we don't actually realize that they are a strength of ours or something that we're skilled in, when actually it is something that we are really good at. Obviously we can't do this one right now, but what I would love you to do, and this is what I do with my clients all the time and they are so surprised by the outcome, is to just send a message out to your friends and family. Just say that you have assignment to do for a course that you're doing, and just say, I'm just wondering what 3 things you feel like I'm good at. I find this is a really good exercise to do because a lot of the times you get a lot of similar things back and you can start to see the patterns of what people are saying, and it's also just a nice thing to see what other people are saying and never actually know these answers because we never ask. I always just say I'm doing an experiment or I'm doing a course and I have been assigned to ask this question. Could you please answer these 3 questions? And then when you get the responses, you can add it in here, what people say I'm good at. So I did this one years ago and I still have the answers in my notes now that I regularly go back to because a lot of the times I forget as well I'm actually good at, and I forget what my strengths are. So I really like to go to other people. I also love to self-analyze and do my own work. So some of the things that people said for me was, just as a little pointer, these are the questions that I kind of asked. You can have it more generic, just asking about 3 strengths, or you could ask these questions, which is what I did. So the first question was, when you need to ask for my help, what do you generally come to me for versus anybody else? And this one is really good because it kind of sees what people would actually go to you for. Better eating habits and to create better life choices. So within that answer, I was really surprised because I didn't actually think this person would come to me for these kind of tips. And obviously Better Life Choices goes in with the things that I love to create, the self-development, the habit building, and whether that's to do with health or just life in general, or life, business, health, relationships, it kind of gives me that motivation to know that that is an expertise of mine and I should be sharing that. So the next question was, is there anything that you've seen me overcome that has inspired you? This is a good question as well, because it's quite hard to feel like you're an inspiration as a person, but when you see other people seeing it from their lens, you get really cool answers. So one of the answers that I got was, overcoming the loss of your mum and creating such a happy home with your mum always in mind is very inspiring, along with creating the life you wanted. And then at the bottom she wrote, you are fearless. Obviously you can add all this in. And then the third question, I actually did 4 questions. What do you see as my biggest weakness? Then the fourth question was, what is my zone of genius? What am I the best at? First thing she wrote was yourself. So anyway, you'll get all this feedback. I want you to jot it down into your square as soon as you get it. Just send the text after this video ends so that you get the answers and you don't procrastinate and not do it. Here we go a little bit deeper. We're going to ask on the bottom line, what do I believe I'm good at? So I'm going to write, what do I believe I am good at? Definitely not handwriting for me. So again, we're just going to pop out our little things, and then things that I would maybe write is speaking to people, because I'm quite good at communication skills. I'm also good at editing videos. Well, kind of good. That's a work in process. I'd also say I'm really good at adapting to change. So adapting to change. I hate mundane things. I hate when everything's the same all the time. I love to be spontaneous and I love adventure. So adapting to change is like my middle name. I absolutely love it. And I used to see that as not a good thing. A lot of the times in the past I've seen that as a negative, but after I've done all the self-work and the deeper work, I've realised that it's actually a good change and it is one of my strengths. So I'm going to add that in there. I hope you're enjoying doing this exercise with me. It's really fun to actually dive into doing the actual work. I also have a self-analysis questionnaire if you want to dive a little bit deeper into you and uncovering some of these answers or questions, which you can download below. I will just leave it in the description for you. So number 4, which is my absolute favorite, and it's something that will really help you move forward and it will really determine around what you're passionate about. This one really changed a lot for me, and this was just something that I uncovered when I was writing my book, when I was writing out things, and I was like, how do I actually find answers to things? How do I create change? How do I do things? What makes me motivated and energized to create different things in my life and in my business? This is the thing that I think really determines all of that and really helped me pull out my strengths and passion. So on the left hand side, what we're going to do is skip over to this side and we are going to write, I don't think I can write it sideways, so I'm going to just write it that way. What evidence do I have already? What evidence do I have already? So the reason why this one is so powerful is because we do not believe anything in life unless we have evidence to prove it. Once we build up enough evidence that something works or something is true, we will then start to believe it. I want to give you an example just so you understand what I mean by evidence. What kind of things do I do on a daily basis that I really enjoy, that makes me feel good, that I know I've done already and I know that I enjoy it? You might not be at the point where you are doing all the things that you're passionate about, but there will definitely be some things in your life that you really enjoy and you really feel good when you're doing it. So what kind of things do you do in your spare time for joy? For example, for me, it would be something like watching YouTube videos on self-development and business. It would be reading books on self-development and self-improvement and mindset and business and marketing. It would be something like listening to podcasts when I'm working out or creating videos or creating content. These are the kind of things that I do on a daily basis that I really enjoy doing and makes me feel really good. Just write down a few points of what evidence I have already. So I'll just write reading books, self-development, and then I would write podcast and then content. So then you have your little square of everything that we have just unraveled, which is absolute gold. And if you have got this far and you've done this work, you're going to be way ahead of everyone else, and you're really going to get that clarity that you wanted, and you're actually sticking to the things that you said you're going to do. So if you get stuck on any of these questions and you want to dive a little bit deeper, I would ask yourself, what kind of subjects did I really enjoy at school? You can maybe ask yourself, what jobs did I do in the past, and what areas or parts of that job did I really enjoy the most? And then you can go deeper and ask yourself, why? Why did you like those jobs? What parts of that job was really exciting to you? Why did you like those subjects? What made it feel exciting? What was really good about it? Usually when we're asking these questions, we never actually go deep enough, so I really want you to go a little bit deeper than we usually would so that we can find the answers that we're looking for. Okay, so once you've got your full square and you've got all of the answers in it, we're going to start connecting things together. What I want you to do is to highlight any overlaps that you think might be similar or the same kind of passion, strengths, maybe fall under the same category, so that we can start to notice patterns. You can notice the things that are similar that you really enjoy doing, that makes you feel good, and then we can start to pull out the things that are highlighted the most, and we can pull out the things that we really feel passionate about. When I was starting this YouTube channel, I struggled so much to find videos that I should be creating, things that I was passionate about, things that I enjoyed. If you look back at all my videos, there's a whole variety of different videos. It was really difficult to narrow it down to be able to offer value, but also enjoy the things I was doing and talking about. I had so many things I liked. As you see from the example, people were saying I was good at health, and I know a lot about gut health, and that was something that really helped me on my journey to grow my business and becoming the best version of myself. So many areas of knowledge and skills that I've acquired over the years that I really just found it hard to narrow down and focus on one passion. But then what I realized was they all link together, and they're all my passions. They're all things that I really love to do, and I can incorporate all of them into my videos and the things that I want to do. A lot of the times we get told to niche into one bracket in one small area, and yes, we can find an expertise and have an audience that wants to come and listen to us and learn from us, or clients that want something from us, but ultimately we are whole complex human beings, and we do like a variety of things. The reason why step 4 really helped me is because evidence is the biggest advocate for change. The things that we believe to be true is going to spark an action in us, and that action is then going to become our result. What we believe in our mind, the things that we believe, our belief systems, is the things that creates everything around us. If we don't believe in the things that we're doing, or if we don't believe that we can do it, then we're not going to be driven to do that. We're not going to have the motivation to move forward with the steps to create that change. If you think about it, how many times have you actually said to yourself that you're going to do something, but then you've not actually followed through with doing it? And why is that? It's because you've never had evidence before that it's going to work. If you were starting a business, you've never started a business before. You don't have the evidence to prove that that worked until you've actually done it. So it's harder to move forward with that. When I started my first business, I had all the doubts and this imposter syndrome and the fears, and it took me way longer because I didn't have all of that evidence that I now have in order to go into my second business. It was so much faster. So by using this technique and using evidence from the past, even if it's something small, you know that you already like it. So you know that that's a good starting point, and you can pivot along the way when you need to. I hope this video helped. I hope you've started to uncover things that you're passionate about so that you can start to move forward with the things that you want to do. And if that is a business and you really want to learn more about how to build a business, then I have a video that I posted last week on how I grew my whole brand new business within 6 weeks, so you can check that video out here. A lot of people just watch these videos and they don't actually do anything about it, but the 1% that do the work and do actually follow through with the things that we are doing, the exercises, and actually taking action on it, are the ones that actually succeed and make progress. You don't have to subscribe to this video, but if you do want to be first in on every video that I create every single week and be part of the community, then feel free to do so. And next week's video is going to be really, really exciting. It's probably one of my favorite videos that I'm most excited about doing. I'm going to be analysing Stephen Bartlett from the Diary of a CEO. He has the #1 podcast in the UK and it is rapidly growing. He's amazing at marketing and business, and we're going to be really unraveling and dissecting all his skills so that you can apply them into your life. So make sure that you are here for that video. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you in next week's video.